In your wildest dreams of doing this show, did you ever imagine that you would be in the middle of something this crazy?
No. The answer is no.
At this point, bitch, you might be on Andy's lap because the drama was like... I have to ask you, if Monique is invited back to Real Housewives of Potomac, will you go back?
I don't see a world where the two of us can exist.
Today on Just the Sip, I have a special treat for your ass because one of my favorite shows and one of the most talked about Real Housewives franchises, Real Housewives of Potomac, is my jam right now. And Candiace Dillard Bassett is here with us today. How are you?
Ciao. I'm here, okay? I'm here. I'm in the place. I somehow was able to get my edges together for you because, listen, I did that for you.
First of all, congratulations. And I'm sorry that this has taken America so long to jump on this show. But people are really with Potomac right now.
Like the amount of DMs and like new followers, even people are just like sopping Potomac up with a biscuit. And I'm just like, where y'all been? We told y'all we had the sauce. Y'all late to the party, okay?
I spent a lot of time in the library in college. Bitch, nothing could prepare me for the reads of the Potomac reads are so on point. But I love that you guys it never crosses the line. Well, let me not say never. For a long time, it didn't really cross the line for a long time.
Yes, you are. Yes.
I felt like everybody knew shade was shade. It was fair game. If I get shaded one day, we walk away. You get shaded one day. You know, is that something that you guys talk about before you start a season? No,
we never talked about it. I think that Bravo just did a good job of bringing together a group of women who we were all kind of friends in some way. Like Giselle and Karen were friends. Charisse and Robin were friends. I was friends with Ashely. I don't know where Monique came in, but everybody kind of had a friendship. Wendy and I were friends. So you're coming in and you've got a connection to somebody. And like-minded people sort of flow together. I think that aside from maybe one of us, we just understood boundaries and how to, I call it verbal acrobatics, how to be a verbal acrobat and deliver what needs to be delivered and then go home.
Well, speaking of, I'm not going to get to that just yet, but somebody else who doesn't know boundaries apparently is Michael.
So I don't even know what to say about that. Except, who raised him?
First of all, we know Michael got more hands than Akeem Olajuwon. Okay? We know he gets handsy as
He is a handsy something. Yes, he is. I just can't for the life of me. I can't understand. This man is like 79 years old. You are too old, sir, to be behaving like this. You have an infant and one more on the way. And you have shamed your child is in utero. You are shaming your child and they're not even here yet. It's just Peter Pan syndrome to me. Like you just never grew up.
Why did she stay?
You got to ask her. I mean, money is very powerful and security is very powerful.
I think it's more of the security and less of the money. And let me tell you, I don't know this woman at all. I'm talking about Ashely Darby right now. I don't know this woman at all. But watching she and her mother's interactions, I know a lot of girls who just wanted to escape that bad situation and get in a better bad situation that was still not 100% the best.
Right.
But it was better than what they had before.
Correct. Yes. And she's been very forthcoming about, her humble beginnings and how her family struggled early on. And I think it's natural for you to want more for yourself when you grow up in an environment that's not ideal or savory. She took it to the nth degree and I guess, really didn't do enough homework. Because I feel bad for her. I don't even like her ass. And I feel bad for her because nobody deserves to be embarrassed down to the TV as much as this man has embarrassed her.
I would feel better about the situation if she got on Andy Cohen one night and was like, yeah, bitch, I got my own side chick. Like, if she was like, yeah, I got my own side chick. She live in the basement. Her name is Vanetta. Like, I would feel better about it.
Agreed. 1,000%.
Because a lot of people, come on, a lot of couples, especially in this Hollywood reality world, they both got side chicks. They both got side hustles, and it's fine. But no one's going to find out about it but you getting sloppy.
Correct. And
on my show, not even on your show. This is not Real White Men of Potomac.
It's not. The Real Ass Grabbers of Potomac. It is not. No. I think she's in it. She's in it now. It's like she's too deep in it. They've been married for a long time. Now she's got these kids, or a kid and a kid on the way. I admire her for keeping her eye on the prize. That girl wanted these babies. She getting these babies. Okay, that's all she wanted, and she's getting them. Good for her. Okay, by any means necessary.
You know what? And I would be more okay with it if we were honest about what the prize was, what we were winning out of it. But my problem is, and I think this happens sometimes with women, is that, okay, I'm going to have this baby and it's going to fix.
I don't think that. I think she's not that dumb. I think she just wants to have children. And this is the person who she's been in it with for so long. And this is the person who's going to provide security for her and her children. I don't think she thinks it's going to fix anything. I think she's aware of what she has. And you kind of see, I didn't see this, I heard about it. You kind of see that at the finale. You kind of see that she sees the things, if that makes sense.
You worked at the White House. You know politicians. You know when people are, Claire Underwood, you have met them.
I have, yes.
She knows. She's Claire. Yeah. But she owes your ass an edible arrangement, bitch. And not the cheap one either. The one with the chocolate covered strawberries. Because nobody was talking about what happened in that hotel room, because everybody was talking about what went down at that wine day. In your wildest dreams of doing this show, did you ever imagine that you would be in the middle of something this crazy?
No, the answer is no. I think the sentence that you just said, I have said that to myself and to my family and my friends a million times. And people who know me and who can gather who I am through the TV will know that there is no part of me that is a fighter. I do not fight. That is not what I do. I was not raised.
Never you thought it.
Raised to fight. I was not raised to scrap in the streets. This is not my legacy. I don't do these things. Now, what I will do is give you a good verbal lashing. Okay. Yeah. I will do a backhand spring across your face with these words. Okay. I'm a verbal acrobat. I'll give you that. This vocabulary will get you together. And that is what I thought we had signed up for on our show. This is, no shade, because I love my basketball wives, girls. I love my Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop.
Love them. This is not that, though. This is not that. And it never has been. And if I ever thought that this was that, I would never come onto this platform. I didn't sign up to be a part of, not that anyone has ever approached me for Love and Hip Hop or Basketball Wives, for a reason, because I don't fit.
You're not the demographic. You're not the mix.
I'm not out here trying to scrap with nobody about nothing. Unless I'm fighting my husband over our food, because we fight over food all the time. But unless I'm fighting over a biscuit, no, I'm not fighting. So this took, and that's the mind of it all. This took me so far left of what I saw for myself. and where I saw myself being in life and what I saw happening for me, that it just, I didn't even know my name for a while.
Wow.
I was just like in my house, like looking at the walls, like, what the happened? Like, how did this happen? How did we get here? And all of the crazy things that were being said about what happened. I don't know how this is for you or for other people, but like when you know the truth of something and someone is telling an alternate version of the story and you can't defend yourself.
Kills you.
Thank you. It kills you. It sends you into depression, anxiety spirals because you're not in control. You are being made to be this person that you know that you're not. I know that I can be loud. I know that I have a mouth. I know that I will punish you with my words. But that's what we all do.
That was the game.
That's the game.
That's the game.
Y'all are not watching Housewives to see us kumbaya and braid each other's hair and drink wine all day. Some of that is yes. That's not why you guys are watching us.
100%. But the thing that I have tried to stress to people, because at times we get into this debate at work about, people needed to move on or milking. And I'm like, this happened a year ago. So you go through that traumatic moment and then you have to wake up the next morning and try to process it, not only for yourself, but for your family. Mm-hmm. And then when you think you're getting over it, you then have to hear about it on the blogs and have to process it again with the comments in the blogs. And then when you think you're over that, you realize that a year later, you're going to have 3 million people weigh in on what they think happened and why this happened and whose fault it is. So you're dealing with this for 2+ years.
Yeah.
And you still got to go sit face to face with her at a reunion.
You said it all. It's like, I don't know. I honestly don't know how I am here. The way that these lies have been set up and the way that the devil has been in these lies and the way that the mob boss has sent her indentured servants out here into these streets, trolling my pages with clown emojis and rat emojis and just trolling my mother, trolling my husband, trolling my sister, all at her hand to try and reroute this narrative for her.
Watching this episode now, watching the season unfold, seeing not only the footage, because you probably blacked out at that moment, but seeing the footage, seeing people's reactions, what was that like for you to know that the truth was like finally out, frame by frame?
Frame by frame. I thought that it would be more satisfying than it actually was. Don't get me wrong, it was satisfying. It was a huge weight lifted off of me after waiting like 6 months.
More than 6 months.
Yeah. It was definitely a relief, but this affected me on a psychological level. It like me up mentally so bad. And it's not even the fight. People are like, "Oh, you're milking this, and you're being dramatic."
It's the aftermath.
It's not the fight, right? It's not even the fight. It's everything that happened after, knowing that you are allowing this narrative to continue to be perpetuated when you know the truth, when you know what happened, when everybody and their mama has told you what happened. Everyone, people holding cameras, people that edit footage have told us what happened. And you are still dying on this hill that I was provoking you and I was threatening you and that I threw wine on you and I threw a glass on you. I even heard I threw a bottle on her. It was just so many different versions of this story. I don't understand. To this day, I don't understand it. I don't get how you can be that indignant.
Did they let you watch it before it came out?
Well, I watched it before because when I pressed charges, the Montgomery County Prosecutor's Office subpoenaed the footage. And of course, we were given the footage. This was in November. And I actually didn't watch it until February because I just I couldn't do it yet. But yeah, I saw it. And Chris watched it right away and he described it to me, but I couldn't watch it for myself yet. So then I did finally watch it and it was awful. It was horrible to watch. My heart was like beating the whole time. It just, even to this day, if I hear the fights, if I hear like the screaming or any of it, if I see any part of it, I still get like
heart palpitations.
Yeah, I get like numbness in my chest. Like it's awful. It's awful to relive.
Where are you guys now at with the legal proceedings?
So in the show, you will see the start of me pressing charges, but the charges were eventually dropped. I have my speculations as to why, but she actually counter pressed charges on me, claiming self-defense. When I pressed my charges, it was public. It became public.
Yeah.
Fire. It was all over the blogs. It was everywhere. And then when she countered, it just blew it up even more. And it became less about justice and more about how entertaining.
The PR nightmare.
Yes. And I think that could be part of the reason why the charges were eventually dropped.
I mean, it's going to come up again. Normally in a Housewives season, the pink slips go out the day after the reunion airs. You guys start talking about contracts. You guys start talking about storylines. Mm-hmm. I have to ask you, if Monique is invited back to Real Housewives of Potomac as a housewife, will you go back?
I don't see a world where the two of us can exist.
I can't let you not finish your story.
Yeah, this reunion is going to be the most emotionally taxing. I think this is the first year I'm not looking forward to the reunion. I'm just like, can we just get to it and through it and then take me to the bar? Okay, I need to go to.
Is it in person?
I don't know yet.
Everyone who doesn't realize this, if you watch Housewives, when the ladies walk on set for the reunion, their names are on pieces of tape right on the couches. Mm-hmm. If your name is on either couch closer to Andy Cohen, that means that you're going to have the hardest reunion. Did I lie?
You did not lie. I think Candiace said that best at, was it season 9 when who's that? Or the rumors.
Yes, the lies.
Yes, the lies. She said that was the year she sat next to Andy and she was like, yeah, this is probably not a good thing because that means that you had a crazy year. And I was like, yeah, that's what that means. So yeah, but if we are in person, New York was in person and you saw their setup, right? Andy was at the front of the U. It was like a U shape.
Yes.
And he was at the front and then the girls were spread out 6 feet apart in individual oversized chairs.
Yes.
So, I mean, I guess I want him to be in the middle though. He can like really like field questions to both sides. So I hope that he's in the middle if we're in person and we're spread out 6 feet apart, flanking him. That's my hope.
At this point, bitch, you might be on Andy's lap because the drama was like.
Listen, Andy, I hope your quads are ready for this little booty because yes, I'll sit right on his lap.
All right, you guys, to listen to this whole interview, go to wherever you listen to podcasts, click on Just a Sip and sip this tea. Like what you saw? Hit subscribe. You don't want to miss any new episodes of Just a Sip, and you can catch up on any past episodes. The tea was hot, I'm telling you.